welcome back to another video. My name is Funny, and in this video we're going to talk about my bookish pet peeves. So I saw someone make this video, or a lot of people have made this video, and I just felt like I should do it myself. I got a lot of ideas while watching others. And yeah, let's just start. I have a lot to talk about. I will probably rant some. Yeah, let's start. So one thing that really annoys me when you're being a book nerd is when they're in the middle of the series, or not even middle of the series. It can be that they have written one book and then the next one doesn't match the other one. It's also hard because I've seen a lot of books like that. For example, Warcross and Wildcard. Warcross, I didn't really like that book because usually, if I'm being honest, I don't like white covers because they really don't fit well into bookshelves. It's much prettier to have something colorful than white. The whites are down here because it just looks weird. It doesn't look as good. It can look good, but not as good. And yeah, I was kind of like, it's still an okay cover, and then she released Wildcard, and that book, or she hasn't released it yet, but the cover, she showed us the cover, and that book looks awesome. It's so much prettier than Warcross, but it's still very annoying because they won't fit together at all in the bookshelf. That is kind of a hard dilemma because I think Wildcard is much prettier, but I still think she should have sticked to, or the artist should have sticked to the first cover, since otherwise they won't fit in the bookshelf. And this is like a good example. Like, they have been series that have so much worse stuff. Like, they have changed completely. It looks horrible, and yeah, I just hate that so much. And yeah, that's also very annoying when they have different covers for different languages. Like, for example, if I have a book in Swedish, I really don't want to buy the book in or the rest of the series in English just because the series looks different. And sometimes I think, like for example, I think the Harry Potter books look much better in Swedish, in the Swedish version, than in the English one. But it feels kind of unnecessary because you could have just sticked to the normal cover instead. But that's more annoying than really a problem, I would say. Another thing I really hate is also that when you have bought books, you know, you have bought like the first two of the series, almost the whole series, the first book of the series, or something like that, and then, for example, with the Fifth Wave series, I don't know if it's called the Fifth Wave series, but yeah, I have the first and second book in pocket. It was awesome. I really wanted to read the third one, but guess what? It's only in hardcover, and I mean, it's the same cover. It's not that I have, you know, that it's like the English and Swedish one because the cover looks the same, but I really don't understand why you made the first two books pocket and then only made the third one in hardcover. That happened with the Swedish version of the Lunar Chronicles as well. I don't know if this happened as often in just English books, but it happens a lot of times in Swedish books, and especially if they're translated, which I really don't understand. Like, if it's easier to make pocket the whole way. If you think hardcover looks better, make hardcover the whole way, or make them, you know, both. Because right now, the third book of the Fifth Wave is only in hardcover. It's not even in pocket. And yeah, I just don't understand because the first two are only in pocket. So that is very weird. I don't get that. It's probably something with money, but still, think about us. Then we have the thing that is probably the thing that annoys me the most, like, out of all. It's when they start to translate a series and then they just stop in the middle, or it takes such a long time. It always made me so scared. It's also a thing why I mainly read English book at the moment, or I have done that for the past, because like for now I read the first and second book of the Mistborn series. I loved it. The first Mistborn book is my favorite book out of all time. I think it will always be. It was so powerful and amazing just. And I really want to read the third book, but guess what? they haven't translated it yet, and I don't know if they even will. When they translated the second book, they translated it, or it was released in November in 2016, and I mean it's soon November 2018, and they still haven't released that they are translating it. I don't know if they will. I should probably send them an email, but I'm always thinking about it and then I never do it. And it's the same with Lunar Chronicles. As I've told you, the winter book has not been released yet, and Crest was like translated in 2015, I think. It's such a long time since. So it has gone 3 years. I probably waited 2 years, but I've waited for such a long time to read Winter, and this is the Swedish cover, this is the English cover. I really don't want to buy the English cover since they don't fit together at all, which is horrible, but yeah, you understand me. I just think that is so annoying because I really don't understand why. I mean, couldn't they just put out that they are like translating it, like, so you know? I don't even know. Though I sent them an email, they say they were translating it, but he said, the one I mailed with, he was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be out in the summer, and they have not even released that they are releasing it. So that sucks, and now I'm just scared that they won't even translate it. So I hate when they are being unclear as well. Like, can't they just tell us if they're translating it or not? It would help so much, like, honestly. Okay, so another thing that I am kind of annoyed about is that every book has this romantic relationships, and I really love them. Usually they're great, they're cute, but I miss reading books that also have this, you know, big friendship relationship, or this motherly fatherly relationship, you know, just not a partner relationship. Like, for example, I think Mistborn has this amazing focusing on kind of friendship and how you can, if you can trust it, if you cannot, and it also has a great like fatherly love. Like, a person in Mistborn feels very fatherly love towards a person who is not their father. I just love that, and I really love to follow it. It means so much to have this friendship that is also important and not only love relationships. Like, I want them both, which I got in Mistborn. I think that's why I love the book so much. But yeah, so if you know any good book that focus a lot on not only relationship but also focus on the progress through friendship or other like family love, like stuff like that, please let me know. I would love to read them. Another thing is that there are so many relationships that doesn't make any sense. Like, sometimes two people that have nothing in common obviously can end up together, but sometimes it's just too much. It's just not realistic. I feel like this is more in movies than books, probably, but you know that this nerd gets together with this non-nerd, you know, like, it's just not realistic. And I feel like if you love someone, you have to have something in common with them, or, you know, some kind of thing, and not just, I don't know, I feel like you have to connect in some kind of way. Otherwise, I feel like it must be very hard. I don't really know, I'm not an expert in this, but I just feel like that's weird when I read. I want them to have a connection that I am like, yeah, they really fit together, and not that they're just in love, you know. The last one I have for you guys is one that I'm not annoyed by it, but oh my god, I love the other thing so much more, and it's that a lot of books has this obvious end. I feel like contemporaries always have this obvious end, and that is kind of the thing with the books, you know, but I miss books with shocking ending. And I don't mean shocking ending like, oh no, they got together or something like that. I mean, I want the main character to die. I want something really, really sad and horrible and emotional or shocking, or that makes you angry, or, you know, something to lit the fire, because that is so important. I think that makes the book so much better. It makes you feel so much more. It's amazing. And not a lot of books have that. Some has it. I think nice endings can be nice as well, but I really love books that dare to do that, that dare to kill the main character, that dare to end it with a cliffhanger that is non-bearable. I love that. So I would really like to see more books like that, because even though the simple happy ending is nice, I love the horrible endings. Like, people should dare to do that more, because it's so enjoyable and exciting, and it makes you hate and love the book, and it makes you laugh and cry, and it's just, I think it's amazing. Like, I really don't want that happily ever after endings all the time. But that was all the bookish pet peeves I had for today. There is probably more stuff that annoys me that I haven't talked about, but these are the mainly things that I really hate in general. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I know some people love happy endings. I know some people love the cheesy relationship. I don't know. People have different opinions, and I just wanted to share my opinions with you guys. Anyways, that was all for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!